We start 9 News at noon with a live look around the state, from the metro to Lookout Mountain up to the high country near the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels. Things are much quieter today than they were this time yesterday. Thanks so much for joining us today at noon. I'm Steve Steger alongside meteorologist Chris Bianchi. And Chris, that wind yesterday was wild. Some trees, everything knocked over all over town. It's still a bit windy today.
Yeah, today's a bit more of kind of the nuisance wind. Yesterday was kind of more the destructive kind of wind, but trust me, I can tell you firsthand that I know it is pretty annoying out there with that wind. We're talking about regular 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. We were also just showing you a few minutes ago that snow that's up there at the Loveland ski area. Look at that. That's getting close to about whiteout conditions. It's about a half-mile visibility, maybe a little less than that there at the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnel. So that's pretty rough going up there in the higher elevations, and we expect that snow to mostly continue as we head over the next little while. But taking a look at what we're seeing here in terms of those headlines for today, for us here in the metro area, it's going to be mainly kind of that wind that'll be an issue for us. Mountain snow through tonight, and it's unsettled to end the week. Those winds right now, again, it is still very, very pesky out there with the 38 mile an hour wind gust for us at the airport, in the high country here into the, the foothills, 37 mile an hour gust for us in Boulder. So it's windy out there, but this is not obviously nearly as bad as it was yesterday, and specifically yesterday morning. The winds will be strongest as usual for us in the foothills throughout the rest of the day today, but these winds not going anywhere for the next few hours. It's not until tonight that we relax those winds, and then tomorrow a bit more kind of breezy as opposed to today's more windier conditions. That snow, that continues for us really across the entire I-70 corridor. We were showing you the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels, also Vail Pass, Hoosier Pass, snow-covered. Berthoud Pass, I believe, is also snow-covered as well. So we're seeing that snow continue for us here, and this is really at or above pass level. So 9,000 feet or above, that's where you're looking at those really slick roadways, and that snow will continue over the next few hours. Details on the rest of that forecast, including a few rain chances for us in the Denver area. That's coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Chris, now out to DIA, where wind has caused some major delays there for travelers this morning. This morning, the FAA issued a ground delay because of all that wind. Some passengers took the delays in stride, others a bit frustrated with their airlines.
I travel a lot, and these things happen, and it's only an hour for now.
So I got an email about an hour ago saying that our flight was canceled with no guidance, nothing saying what to do from there. Now they're basically telling us that we have no flights until tomorrow. There's 3 options, paid for upgraded seats, all of that, and don't know if we'll get them.
So far today, there have been 585 delays and 39 cancellations. Yesterday, delays were almost double that because of the wind. The wind yesterday damaged a dozen planes at Centennial Airport, including one that flipped. The airport reported a 75-mile-per-hour gust there. Jeff Greenstein owns the plane underneath the one that flipped.
My plane, which if you've seen the picture, is the one on the bottom. Both wings are damaged. The tail is more or less completely crushed, and the landing gear have been holding up the weight of 2 planes right now, which they're not designed for. So, there's a lot of damage.
So here's a bit more of the damage from the wind left behind. An empty trailer tipped over on I-70 near West 38th and Wheat Ridge. No one was hurt there. A big win for the defense today in the case against 3 teens accused of throwing a rock that killed a 20-year-old woman. A judge said a defendant's statement to police cannot be used at trial. Nicholas Carroll Sheik told investigators last year he and Joseph Koenig threw rocks on 10 separate nights before Alexa Bartel's death. The judge said that statement will be kept out of the trial. One reason the judge said the statement on those separate incidents could sway the opinion of the jury instead of letting the jury focus on the facts of this specific case. Also of note, Joseph Koenig is facing 4 additional charges for rock throwing incident that happened on February 25th of last year. His preliminary hearing is this afternoon on those new charges. 20-year-old Alexa Bartel was killed a year ago in Jefferson County. Investigators say 3 teenagers threw those landscaping rocks at 7 passing vehicles there. Well, it's been 5 years since the shooting at STEM School Highlands Ranch. 2 students shot 9 people, including 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo, who was about to graduate. Kendrick was killed as he lunged at the shooter, saving his classmates' lives. Today is a day of remembrance at that school, including painting rocks for a mural in Kendrick's honor. All week long, the school community will spend their days giving back through acts of kindness and acts of service. Today, witness testimony in former President Trump's hush money trial is moving forward. Adult film star Stormy Daniels is on the witness stand, and so far on the stand, she's described her first meeting with President Trump. She's expected to testify about her alleged sexual encounter with Trump back in 2006. Yesterday's testimony saw two witnesses tied to the Trump Organization elaborate on a key part of the charges in this case, Michael Cohen's reimbursement for hush money payments. Prosecutors say Trump and his associates schemed to influence the 2016 presidential election by buying and burying negative stories about Trump. He has pleaded not guilty and denies the affair ever happened. Also new at noon, the Boy Scouts of America is changing its name. They will be now known as Scouting America starting on February 8th of next year. That's the organization's 115th birthday. The Boy Scouts' $2.4 billion bankruptcy reorganization plan took effect last year, allowing the organization to keep operating while compensating more than 80,000 men who say they were sexually abused as children while scouting. Membership in the Scouts peaked in 1972 at almost 5 million. Today, there are just more than 1 million Scouts, including more than 176,000 girls and young women.